it's Jasmine again, back again with another video. If you're new here, I'm Jasmine and I create self-development and lifestyle motivational advice videos. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't yet. I'm almost at 3,000 subscribers. It helps me and my channel out a lot. And hit the notification bell to be notified of my next videos, and go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it. That helps me as well and I really appreciate it. Now let's get into today's video. Today's video is all about the importance of letting things go and the importance of not being so sensitive. This is something that I definitely need to work on. Deep down, I'm super sensitive, and I tend to sometimes take things personally, especially when I was younger, but I've gotten better at it. I've learned to grow and to have thicker skin and not let things get to me. When people disrespect you or do not treat you well, it's easy to take the behavior personally and blame yourself and just be really hard on yourself and think that you have anything to do with someone else's behavior. When we tend to take things personally, it can be emotionally draining and an unnecessary constant reevaluation of your self-esteem. There is a big difference between being reflective and constantly taking slights and things that people say personally. One is productive and lends itself to self-improvement. The other, on the other hand, is the complete opposite. And when you don't take things personally, it actually gives you more control over your life and how you respond and react to things. Don't let your emotions rule you. Your emotions and your energy level can control you, but you should try and control them. Here are a few ways to stop taking things personally. One thing that you can try is to stop worrying about what other people think. At the end of the day, it's not really about anyone else or anyone else's business. It's not their life, it's your life. And it shouldn't matter what people think of you or anything else. You should only worry about what you think of yourself and your life and what people you know, love, and care about you think of you, like your closest friends and loved ones that you know love you unconditionally. Strangers and acquaintances, when they volunteer their opinions of you, it has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them personally. The sooner that you don't care about what other people think of you, the more liberated and powerful that you'll feel, and you'll have more of a sense of self-worth and higher self-esteem. You're gonna know your worth. You're not going to believe what other people tell you. You're just gonna know for yourself who you are as a person, and you're not gonna believe what they think and say about you. When you know who you are from the inside out and like and love who you are, love is the key word. You have to love yourself. Having self-confidence and knowing your self-worth is the foundation of your life and the foundation on which everything else is built. Your achievements, your dreams, your relationships, your career, your life, your ability to keep going every day when life and work gets tough. When you do the work to improve your self-esteem, self-worth, and have self-confidence, it's the best work that you will ever put in. The dividends will show in every aspect of your life, personally and professionally. Never jump to conclusions. According to Psychology Today, an article that was written, when people make a judgment about you or critiques you or just like blatantly tells you things that you should fix about yourself without asking for their opinion, they are rarely about you. In fact, it's almost always about them, their own deep-rooted issues, their needs, and their desire to control you and or a situation. That's what Dr. Abigail Brenner wrote in the Psychology Today article. To help manage your response to confrontation, you should know what you're sensitive about and what triggers your emotions. When you do this, you are preparing yourself, and then so you can prepare yourself if someone mentions them. A lot of the times you have to learn to let things go. Painful experiences, you want to take them as lessons on how to be stronger and how to be better navigate from bad situations. Do not let them make you angry or bitter. Use them to make you better and move on and forward. When you hold on to pain, it does more damage to you than good. It actually damages you more than the other person. It causes stress and health issues for you. So please, learn to let things go. Make room for joy and happiness. Ignore the haters. Fill your calendar if you're busy. It is hard to find time to think about other people when you're busy and what other people think. Fill your life with joy, things you love. Surround yourself with family, friends, and work that brings you joy and doesn't drain you. And prioritize your life accordingly. Chances are, the strangers and acquaintances that are passing judgment and trying to tell you how to live your life and making these critiques are not going to cross your mind. Never climb down when someone disrespects you to their level, or if they're cruel to you. The worst reaction you can do is reply with more negativity. Don't mix fire with fire. And don't be toxic to match them. Take the high road. Do not climb down that rabbit hole and be a part of the problem. It may feel good in the moment to reach down on their level and match their bad, low energy, but it won't be in the long term. And it will actually hurt you and will be likely something that you regret. Take the high road and let it wash off of you. Make sure that you question your beliefs. There's a psychologist by the name of Albert Ellis that argued that a person is not affected emotionally by what happens around them, but by their interpretation of what has happened. In turn, our interpretations are formed by our beliefs. Obviously, I can't say for sure what was going on in the mind of people that criticize you, but I can believe that critical people's beliefs may be along the lines of the following. And so, an example would just be, you may think something like this: if I greet someone, they have to greet me back. It's like if you say hello, you believe that the person has to respond to you. And then if they don't return my greeting, you could think of them as being rude or disrespectful. If they're disrespectful, it's because that they think that they're better than me and I'm not worthy of their respect. If people think that I'm not worthy of respect, then they think that I'm worthless. If people think that I'm worthless, then maybe I am worthless. You can see how that line of reasoning would lead the woman to feel bad and want to lash out at me. I, on the other hand, don't really get upset if people don't greet me. I think maybe they just didn't see me if I greet them and they don't greet me back, because my beliefs are actually of the following. I greet people when I walk into an elevator out of the kindness of my heart, because I think it's the polite thing to do. But not everyone has the same view as me. They maybe don't want to talk to strangers. If they don't greet me back, it's not about me, but about them. And any of the following could explain why they didn't return my greeting. Let's say they didn't hear me. They don't speak my language. Maybe they speak a different language. They're having a rough day. They don't want to speak to anyone, which could be understandable. Or they simply think it's best not to talk to strangers. Like I said, people that they don't know in an elevator. The woman from my example and I react two totally different ways to the same situation. And that's because we have different viewpoints, different beliefs, and we've been through different things in life. And if you want to stop taking things personally, question your beliefs. Another thing is to stop worrying so much about what other people think of you. The only reason why you would take something someone says about you personally is if the approval of the person that you're interacting with is actually important to you. You must realize the following: that you've been conditioned since birth, actually, read, brainwashed into thinking that you have to belong and be accepted by others. I know that's a lot to take in. Think about it though. The truth is, not everyone has to like and accept you, and that's something I've definitely had to learn. It could be a hard pill to swallow, but it's the truth. And in addition to that, you cannot control what others think of you. Even if you follow all the rules and do everything right, how others respond to you is outside of your control and your circle of influence. It has everything to do about them and nothing to do about you personally. If you accept yourself and act in the way that you think is right, you'll attract people who will account for that and accept you for who you are. And that is people around you who you don't have to worry about what they're thinking of you, because you know that they love you. Another thing is to recognize what's called the spotlight effect. A lot of the time when we feel that we're being judged or criticized by someone else, we're actually, not a lot of the time, since we're each inside our own head, we're actually aware of our own flaws, weaknesses, and insecurities. But other people, for the most part, are not aware of them, or they just don't pay attention to them. Therefore, you may think that you picked up on some criticism from a coworker, when the reality is that they were not even talking about you at all. You may not honestly have even been on their mind. I know that's hard pill to swallow as well. But think of the following. Without a doubt, there have been times in the past when you've taken something personally, when what was said wasn't even about you in the first place, but instead you somehow jumped to the conclusion and thought that they had to have been talking about you when they weren't. Keep that in mind the next time you're tempted to take something personally. Another way not to take things personally is to, like I mentioned before, become more confident. Love yourself. Become confident in you, who you are. Have self-esteem and self-worth. Confidence acts as a buffer between you and the comments and actions of other people that you can't control. You'll never be able to control anyone else, only yourself. And the more confident you are, the thicker your skin, the thicker that buffer is. Let's look at the following. Let's say if you have low confidence, low self-esteem, you're likely to bristle at any negative comment people throw at you. And that's because a part of you is afraid that what they're saying is actually true, because you don't have that confidence in yourself. But if you have high confidence and someone says something negative about you, you don't take it personally. You know, just to brush it off, shrug it off your shoulders. And you know that what they're saying is not true. That it's a small flaw that isn't going to hold you back in any way, shape, or form. Or that's something that you have the ability to actually fix. Therefore, it's much easier for you to simply go ahead and shrug it off. Another way not to take things personally is to think, troll, delete. A lot of people will troll you. If you have social media in your comments, you can't let it get to you. When you have a platform, you're gonna have haters, you're gonna have trolls, you're gonna have bad, negative comments. But don't let that stop you or get you down or get you off your game. Don't take it personally. It's something that they're obviously going through. For all you know, they could be jealous. You never know. Never dwell on the comments. Never make them make you feel bad. And you know what those people are that troll through your comments and make negative, messed up comments? They're called trolls. What you could just do is delete the comment, move on to the next comment or task or whatever you're about to do, and move on. Like, the next time someone says something negative about you out of the blue, just think, troll, delete, and delete that comment or the bad negative vibes out your life. And another thing that you could do is be too busy to even care. The truth is, if you have time to dwell endlessly on what so-and-so said about you, that means that you have too much time on your hands and you gotta get moving and busy, so you don't have time to even worry about these things. Find something productive to do. Volunteer, go on Duolingo and learn some phrases in a foreign language. Learn new skills. Take like an introduction to film class. Read a book. Do something. Stay busy. Don't worry about these haters, okay? The next time that you're tempted to rehash a conversation that left you feeling away or left you felt like you were belittled, tell yourself, I'm too busy for this. I don't have the time for this shenanigans, okay? I'm far too busy. I have far more productive things to do with my time than to sit here thinking about this comment. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. That concludes today's video about how not to let people get to you. I hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know what you want to see next. Give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Comment down below. Subscribe, like, and share my channel. It helps me out a lot. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.